A man likes to think of himself as the master of life, master of the planet Earth, the universe. The very world order, technological progress pushes him towards this. But where does such infallible arrogance actually lead a human being? The expression Kazakhstan is the heart of Eurasia is not just a metaphor. To imagine the scale of the land of the Kazakhs, only one fact is enough. The temperature range, through its vastness, exceeds 100 degrees Celsius. And from the ecological point of view, the diversity of Kazakhstan's nature is considered one of the most untouched on the planet. The geographical position opens up enormous strategic advantages for the country. Access to large export markets and trading platforms in Asia on the one hand and Europe on the other. These factors make Kazakhstan the most important economic player in the region, the modern heir to the Great Silk Road. And bountiful reserves of natural resources provide the country with the status of one of the richest regions in the world. The minerals in its reserves make up almost the entire periodic table, and Kazakhstan needs to preserve all these beauties, advantages and wealth. Preserve it not only for tomorrow, for future generations, but also for today, for this very moment.
Будет создан международный центр по развитию зеленых технологий и инвестиций. И его целью будет содействие глобальному устойчивому развитию через поддержку продвижения зеленых технологий.
Kazakhstan's conscious turn towards a green economy over the past 10 years is clear. The Republic responded in a timely manner to the global concern of the Greens to persuade humanity that the threat of irreversible climate change is not an empty phrase. The task of transitioning to a green economy is easy to understand, but very time-consuming to accomplish. Vast reserves of hydrocarbons and relatively low political risks have secured the authority of Kazakhstan as a reliable state for foreign investment. Now the next level is to carefully monitor that the investment climate meets environmental standards for environmental management. This opens up new opportunities for conscientious, responsible green tech investors. Over the past 3 years, investments in renewable energy sources have doubled, and the capacity of such facilities has increased tenfold. For Kazakhstan, which has set itself the task of a large-scale transfer of the economy to a green path, this is just a starting point. There is an incomparably long and objectively difficult road ahead.
Ставлю задачу увеличить долю ВИА в электрогенерации до 15% к 2030 году.
In 2017, Kazakhstan held an international specialized exhibition, Expo 2017, which theme was Energy of the Future. This world-class event within the country has become the starting point for the development of green technologies throughout the Republic. And for the work to be effective and its results significant, the country needed an authoritative operator. For this purpose, in 2018, on the basis of the Expo infrastructure, the International Center for Green Technologies and Investment Projects was created. Its main tasks were to support and implement green initiatives. The center took over the function of implementing the state's environmental policy. The mission of the International Center is to promote green technologies and support business, so that the competitiveness of the economy and with it the quality of life of the population improves and the negative impact on the environment, on the contrary, decreases. The work format is built in accordance with this mission. Only the synergy of the state and society is capable of creating the required result that is effective in all respects. and not only in achieving green growth on the territory of Kazakhstan, but in spreading this experience further to the entire Central Asian region. One of the key directions in the center's activities is the implementation of the best available technologies suitable for implementation at industrial enterprises. We're talking about both the impact on the environment of all types of emissions, including greenhouse ones, and the wear and tear of industrial equipment. And that is by no means advisory in nature. The application is taken into account in the country's new environmental code adopted in 2021. Today, the process of introducing BAT has long been not only related to environmental protection, but it is a tool for the effective development of industrial policy. Another area is green technologies. IGTC's experience in providing comprehensive support for green technologies is unique. The center de facto has begun a grand work to systematize the problems accumulated in the country in the field of environmental protection and to develop algorithms for their solution. However, the introduction of green technologies is impossible without proper expertise and compliance with environmental requirements. Therefore, the center assumed the function of a taxonomy developer, a unified classification system, so that green investments could finance green technologies for the implementation of green projects. Greenhouse gas management. IGTC is the operator of a special register for accounting for greenhouse gases. The center monitors the reporting and monitors the programs of the plant operators. Its goal to ensure that the Kazakhstan emissions trading system meets the requirements of a similar European system. Direction, attraction of investments. The International Green Technologies Center actively uses the comfortable investment climate of Kazakhstan to attract green financing. The three most attractive sectors of the Kazakhstan's economy for putting investment include energy, agriculture, the housing and utility sector. Another important area of the center is the Green Bridge Partnership Program. Its goal is to achieve an optimal level of consumption of energy and other natural resources by all countries of the world by mid-21st century. Kazakhstan, represented by its first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, is the author of this global project, the charter of which has already been signed by 16 countries of the world. As early as 10 years ago, Elbasi foresaw the inevitability of the exchange of green technologies between countries because the problem of climate change is a common issue for all, and without the transfer of technologies, it is impossible to effectively cope with it. To solve this problem, a partnership program was created which offers incentives for green investors as a payment for technology. Direction, digital transformation. The introduction and development of new technologies to optimize processes and provide convenience for both business and suppliers of green technologies. Formation of environmental big data. It is a monitoring reporting system for identifying environmental risks and promptly organizing measures to reduce them. The center already has digital instruments for the openness of environmental data, which is prescribed by law in Kazakhstan, and this is precisely what makes it possible to visually track the process of the country's transition to green technologies. The ancestors of the Kazakhs, who inhabited these Eurasian expanses for many centuries before us, especially cherished this land and the sky above. They lived worshipping the Mother Nature, and we, their descendants, have no right to dismiss their legacy. We must always remember our true place in our common world. As one Kazakh proverb goes, if you want to know what will happen tomorrow, look at what you're doing today.